Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel, and in this video I am going to be making a recipe using the mix from the Mix It Up Monday recipe that I showed you yesterday, and today is Pantry Cooking for Two. So I'm going to use one of the recipes out of this great little booklet that you can have, because I'm going to put a link to it in the description. You print it out. It's actually like 2 pages like this, and you cut it and then you put the pages together in order and staple it together. This is awesome. I love it because it's one mix that does so many things. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see how busy my counter is. I don't call that messy, I call it busy, because that's set up to finish my canning. I've been canning and baking bread all day, and so I want something super easy, and this is just going to fit exactly what I need. So what I'm going to do is on page 14 of this great little book, there is a chicken enchilada casserole. It's for 8 servings. And you know today's Pantry Cooking for Two Tuesday, so I only need 4. So I'm going to cut this whole recipe in half, and I went along and I made the adjustments. The only real confusing one I would say is when it's got like 2/3 of a cup. I get that converted into tablespoons, and that's easy to do. You can just Google 2/3 of a cup to tablespoon. It will tell you. So that would be about 11 tablespoons. So I've got about 5.5 tablespoons of the mix for you. So that's the only one. The rest of them are pretty simple. It's like a half cut into, you know, or a quarter or whatever. Anyway, so what I need is, it's going to be, I'll read you the ingredients as they are written in this book, and I have just cut all of them in half, so you'll know that. So it would be 2/3 of a cup of the SOX mix, 2.5 cups of water, 1 can of green chilies, and then 1 pound of cooked chicken, but I am using a ½ pound of ground beef that I've already browned, and a cup of non-fat sour cream, 3/4 cup of cheddar cheese grated, but I'm going to use this awesome Mexican style 4-cheese blend because that's what I have, and a package of flour tortillas. Now the first thing you do is I'm going to take the mix. It tells me to combine the mix, the water, and the green chilies, and then I'm going to cook them on the stove top until they get thick. So I'm going to put the mix in, and then I'm going to put the water. Now this other half of the can of green chilies, because this is a 4-ounce can, but I only use 2 ounces, I have a couple ideas of what I'm going to use that for. But this is super easy. So I'm going to put the water in the mix and the green chilies. And now I'm just going to take that over, and I love it because if you look at that mix, you see all the little herbs in there. It's just going to be so good. So I'm going to take this over to the stove, and I'm going to do what it says, which is to cook and stir on the stove or in the microwave until it's thick. Then we'll add the sour cream to it. So I will go get this thick, and then I'll come back when we add the sour cream. Alright, I cooked it until it's nice and thick, and that took maybe 5 minutes, and all I did was just keep it on medium heat and just kind of kept stirring it or whisking it. And now I'm going to mix in the sour cream. Tell you what, those chilies taste really good in this sauce. I love it. I'm super excited about it. You guys know how excited I get about these mixes. They just make your kitchen so much more convenient. So good. Okay, now I'm going to mix in the sour cream. You can see the consistency of that. See there? It's kind of like a cream of mushroom soup or something consistency when it's reconstituted. So like that. So now that sour cream is all mixed in there. And now I have already fried the hamburger. Of course, you could get home canned chicken. You could get one of those roasted chickens, leftover chicken meat, whatever you could use. So there's that. Now, I took the package of, these are the little tortillas, the little flour tortillas. I probably just could have put them in there and overlapped them. And I'm just using this because I had this and I want to get rid of it. So I put the tortillas, it says to cut them in quarters and cover the bottom of the pan. Did that. And I think they're talking about full-size tortillas, but I used my little ones. Now I'm going to cover it with, actually, I'm going to put a little tiny bit of the sauce on there before I put the meat. So let me just put a little bit of sauce just because I like to do that. I'm going to get a little bit of sauce in there, and then it's kind of like a lasagna. I'm going to put the meat and then the cheese and then another tortilla layer and then more meat and cheese, and I've got about enough for 2 layers, so I'm going to put that. There we go. I just like doing that. Okay. And now I will put the meat about half of it in here. Oops. Geez, my little spoon is not working good for me right now. That's okay. I always bleach my counter before I cook on it because I know I can oftentimes be a mess. So I'm going to put this in here. Okay, there we go. And I have a little spray bottle. I have one that's got an essential oil blend in it that's really good for cleaning the counters. But before I cook, and oftentimes I will take a little spray bottle that I have with a water and bleach mixture. And I just kind of mist over where I'm going to be cooking, because you never know. Okay, so there's that. Now, it tells me to add that, and then we're going to add another layer of sauce. I'll just put a little bit on there. The green chilies make it really good, and I find I don't really use green chilies a lot. I should probably, because they're so good. Okay. Now this is half of the recipe in the little booklet. And I don't measure shredded cheese. I just put it on there. So we're going to put some cheese on there, and then I'm going to put the rest of the tortillas. Now I've got my oven preheated at 350, and it says for 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to, now there we go, put another layer of the tortillas on there. There we go. I think I'll have just enough for double layers. Yep. Perfect. There we have it. Put a little bit more of this sauce on there just because it is so good. There we go. A little bit of that. See, it's kind of like a lasagna, a tortilla lasagna. Now I'm going to put the rest of the ground beef, of course. Like I said, you could use any other kind of meat, I'm sure. I'm going to try this with my home canned chicken too, because I think that would be so good. Great way to use chicken, home canned. Okay. You know, you could probably even put some beans in here. You could add things to it if you wanted to. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on there. Breaking the order of things here. Just a little bit more cheese. Now I'm going to put the rest of the sauce on. Worked out just right. Perfect. Okay. Oops, sorry. And now I'm going to cover the top of it with cheese, and it's going to go in 350 for about 20 minutes. And during that 20 minutes, I'm going to put some green beans on the stove so that we can have fresh green beans with this awesome little enchilada casserole. Okay. Put the cheese. Okay, now that's going to pop in the oven. There we go. 20 minutes. And I will bring you back when it's ready to serve. Okay, the timer just went off and I took it out of the oven. It smells so good. I want you to see. All melted and yummy. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve it up. I'm going to put some green beans on the plate, and I will come back and show you ready to go. Okay, you're here. It's gooey and cheesy and super yummy, and it's got that green chili that gives it that extra flavor. And I would also serve this maybe with some beans or something, but we ate a late lunch, so I don't think we need anything more than this. So anyway, I hope you guys give this a try. I'm really loving this little booklet, and I want you to print it off and make some of these recipes. And when you do, head over to my Facebook group, our little Facebook group, and let me know what you made. Show us a picture and tell us how you liked it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.